Hi everyone, this is a Precon upgrade on Jeskai Striker. We will discuss the two new commanders, the new cards from this Precon, the notable reprint, and finally the upgrade for both budget and expensive. So let's get into it. The primary commander is Shiko and Narset Unified. They want you to cast second spell that targets a permanent or player each turn to get benefit. Otherwise, draw a card. Please keep in mind that the second spell, it needs to target a permanent or a player, not spells. So Shiko and Narset is an excellent commander that copies targeted or mass disruption spells, such as Sword to Plowshare, Upgrade, Comet Storm, and many more. If you don't copy that spell, you get to draw a card. It is an excellent card draw engine. The secondary commander is Elsha, 3/4 Master. She has Trample, Prowess, and Generate Prowess Monk token whenever she deals combat damage to your opponent. Very straightforward. Pump her up by casting non-creature spells and bash your opponents to create tons of Monk token. Rinse and repeat until your opponent is dead. Unlike the Ether Drift commander, these two commanders do not work well with each other. They have very different strategy to go for, but that's okay. This means that we have more space to work with. Here are the other 8 new cards from this Precon. Aligned Heart. Generate more Monk tokens whenever you cast your second spell. Tempest Technique can create multiple copies of itself and attach to your creature, making your team humongous. Adaptive Training Pose can allow you to copy any instant and sorcery spells once it accumulates 3 charge counters. Transcendent Dragon can steal one of your opponent's spells for free. Voracious Bibliophile is an amazing card draw engine whenever you cast spells that targets. Caldera Pyre Maul is a powerful payoff for casting instant or sorcery spells, and it can be a win condition. Transforming Flourish is a creature or artifact removal that can be demonstrated, and then its controller gets to cast one non-land spell for free of their library. Will of the Jeskai allows you to either will your hand away or give your instant and sorcery spells in your graveyard flashback. Here are some notable reprints for this Precon. We have Monastery Mentor, Veyran, Voice of Duality, Archmage Emeritus, Lier, Disciple of the Drowned, Ancestral Vision, Narset's Reversal, Mana Geyser, and Ghostly Prison. Overall, the reprint value for this Precon isn't great, but it's nice to see Lier, Narset Reversal, and Veyran here. Before we get into the upgrade, let's talk about the upgrade goal for this deck because it is a mess. If you're going for Shiko and Narset Unify as the commander, I suggest we go blue, red, white Spellslinger playstyle that focus on casting second spell and get benefit. If you're going for Elsha 3/4 Master as the commander, then I suggest we go white with tokens and play non-creature spells to trigger prowess. For this video, I'll be focusing on Shiko and Narset Unify as the commander with a Spellslinger theme, as it fit the theme of this Precon, which means we're going to cut a lot of cards. First of all, we're gonna cut Ancestral Vision, Baral, and Kari Zeph, Velomachus, Lorehold, because these 3 cards are very tricky to get benefit from. Next up, we're cutting 3 Temple Land, and then we are cutting Ghostly Prison because it doesn't synergize well with our game plan. I know Shiko and Narset are very good with aura spells, but we are focusing on instant and sorcery, which is why Tempest Technique, Curse of Opulence, and Shining Impetus are out of here. We are focusing on casting second spell and not generating tons of token, which is why Elsha, Threefold Master, Mana Form Hellkite, Monastery Mentor, Tree Path Iconoclast, Young Pyromancer are out of here. Magma Opus, Rites of Replication, and Sublime Epiphany are very expensive card to cast, and if it gets countered or disrupted, it's gonna feel very bad. Transcendent Dragon may be good in other decks, but not in this deck. Finally, I don't mind transforming Flourish if it's a demonstrated Chaos Warp, because giving your opponent free non-land spell can be very dangerous. Here are the budget upgrade for this deck. In replacement of the 3 temple lands, we'll be adding Frostboil Snarl, Fury Calm Snarl, and Port Town. White Mane Lion can be your first spell fodder because it is cheap to cast and it can be done at flash speed. After that, you can cast that juicy second spell. Jorian Rune Diver is an excellent card draw engine as you'll be casting 2 spells. When you draw your second card, Emrakul's Messenger can help you generate Eldrazi Spawn, which can be used to cast more spell later on. Stormcatch Mentor, Archmage of Runes, Monk Class, Raging Battle Mouse, Hinata, Dawn Crown can reduce your casting cost and allows you to cast more spells. OG, the Exquisite Blade, it's a good bling payoff when you cast your second spell, and then you can bling Archaeomancer to get back your instant and sorcery spell. Dual Caster Mage to copy any instant and sorcery spells. Peregrine Drake to give you more mana. Shiko and Narset requires you to cast spells that target permanents or player. So here are some good options. Reverse Rebuke can now target 2 players. Aurelia's Fury and Comet Storm can be a win condition if you have tons of mana to sink into. Displace or any bling spells are good here because you can get more value. Generous Gift and Chaos Warp can now target 2 permanents. Mystic Confluence can either counter your opponent's spells, bounces their stuff, or draw you more cards. Moreover, this spell can target, so Shiko and Narset can copy this. Here are the expensive upgrade for this precon. Mystic Remora, Esper Sentinel, Fairy Mastermind, Ledger Shredder are all efficient card draw or card selection engine that can get you more cards or see through your deck faster. Mana Drain, Snap are powerful spells that can give you benefits. Blasphemous Act, Farewell are devastating mass disruption spells that can reset the board. Bergi, God of Storytelling, can give you more mana to cast more spells. Displacer Kitten is the better OG and an excellent bling engine. Pinnacle Monk is a better Archaeomancer and it can be a land too. Since Shiko and Narset want spells that targets and we can't be chaining extra turn spells in bracket 3, therefore I add Time Warp into this deck. Just 1 extra turn spell that can be copied, that can be salvaged by Pinnacle Monk. You get the idea. Finally, Storm of Saruman is just an upgraded version of your commander if they die too many times. In order to fulfill the bracket 3 requirement, here are 3 game changer cards for this deck. Jeska's Will is a powerful red ramp and card advantage spell. Since you have tons of card draw engine, Smothering Tide allows you to get more treasures, which allows you to cast more spells. Cyclonic Rift is a powerful one-sided board wipe that can send your opponent back to the Stone Age. You can check out both budget and expensive upgrade in the video description. Be sure to check out the card tagging button to see which card category they belong to. Before I end this video, here are some considering cards for this Precon. I'm trying to give you more options and flexibility when you upgrade this deck because some people may like or dislike a certain playstyle. So here goes. If you want to copy more spell, you can run Twinning Staff, which allows you to copy one more time. Alania Divergent Storm can copy your spells to Double Vision. Swarm Intelligence and 1000-Year Storm are powerful cards that allows you to copy your instant and sorcery spells. If you want to run more cost reduction for your instant and sorcery, you could run Mind Splice Apparatus, Primal Amulet, Baral Chief of Compliance, Thunderclap Drake can all reduce your instant and sorcery spells. If you want to burn your opponents more, you could run Kasich Flame Breeder, Ashling Flame Dancer, Firebrand Archer. Exalted Flamer is good here because it can salvage one of your spells during your upkeep. If you can't cast your first spell consistently, then you could run cards that allows you to rebound your spell so that you can trigger Shiko and Narset smoothly. Ogre, Puppeteer, and Tygum can allow you to do that. Since Shiko and Narset wants you to cast spells that targets a permanent or players, here are more options. Crackle with Power, Jaya's Immolating Inferno, Flame of Agnor, Inspired Ultimatum, Unexplained Absence, Acquire, Blue Sun Zenith, Blatant Thievery, Bribery, and many more. Here are more extra turn spells that target. Please keep in mind that chaining extra turns can be an awful play experience for your opponent. From the main set, you could also consider Tygum Master Opportunist, Flamehole Grappler, Mistrise Village, and Kori Mountain Monastery. With that being said, that is all for this video. What do you think about this Precon? Personally, I think this feels like a Stellar Lee Precon with white, which means you have access to powerful removals like Generous Gift that can target permanents, including artifact and enchantment. While the value of this Precon isn't great, but this is a good entry deck for beginner Spellslinger players. Please keep in mind your second spell needs to target a permanent or player in order for Shiko and Narset to copy it. It won't work if your second spell does not target something. It also doesn't work if that second spell targets a spell like Narset's Reversal because it needs to target a permanent or a player. But fear not, if you can't copy, you get to draw one card. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you want me to build an Elsha 3-4 master deck with a prowess token theme, do let me know in the comment section too. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more Precon upgrades and future deck tech. I will talk to y'all in the next Precon upgrades for the Mardu Surge. Bye bye.